Hey, how y'all doing out there? Listen, y'all know I try to be as real about things as I possibly can. And speaking the truth, it causes a lot of opinions and it causes a lot of arguments sometimes because some people just want to deny certain things and they jump on the talking points or the excuses that were given to you by the very people that put a lot of these psyops out here. Here recently, we have really been arguing and dividing over nothing. Probably since after September 11th, when they saw our unity and feared our unity, saw us as a nation coming together, as a people, not worrying about certain things, that things were getting better between we the people. And there's no money in that, and there's no future for the new world order and us being together. We're also, one of the ugliest truths that nobody wants to face is that we are living under a depopulation program right now. It's in all of our issues, in fact, and I'm fixing to point this out whether you like it or not. Depopulation is a major issue. We've been warned about it since 1992 that they were going to do this. They come out and say everything that they're going to do, and we either forget or we want to forget because this is the part of the truth that's so ugly that we can't face. Nobody wants to face this part. We are being systematically murdered and killed. Genocides happen all over the world, and they give you an opinion. They give you a side to choose, and that puts you on that side, and you either accept it or you don't. So just a few of these things. Right now in America, the EBT SNAP thing is one major thing, and they're trying to feel and get us arguing against each other, basically to feel the pulse of America as Americans ready to starve out other Americans. And you got to look at that. You also don't look at the fact that the government makes money off of these food stamps, and so do local businesses. So there's a lot of lies out there that keep us fighting. But then you got the abortion issue and what just happened in New York with the full-term abortions. And where a woman has rights as any other equal human being on this planet and always has, have been oppressed just like many races of people have as well. When they made it a right, a lot of these babies have been aborted because it was just a right, that somebody had a right to do it, not because it was a necessity. You also don't realize that that's a multi-billion dollar industry without the mother paying for the abortion. If it was free abortions, it would still be a multi-billion dollar industry because y'all just would not want to see the ugly truth, what they do with these fetuses. This is a for sale business, and it's just a bad meat market, and it's also a part of depopulation. And that's just one thing. And we fight over the woman's right or this situation that she's in. And really, when that's not the whole point of abortion being legal in the manner in which they do it is a for-profit depopulation business. We saw where a lot of our attention went to young so-called haters or racists jumping on an indigenous person. There was so much energy that went to that, but the ugly truth is almost every single one of us in some shape, form, or fashion may look down on another person. What we're taught race. It's usually because something you just don't like about that person. Maybe it's a lazy person. Maybe it's an OCD person. Maybe it's an asshole. I don't know. But somehow it comes down to the race. Somehow it comes down to our opinions have become so bold and they become one-sided. You're either one or two opinions nowadays, and that's an ugly truth. You can just mention the name Trump, for example, and the ugly truth about that is you either love him or you hate him so much that you become an extremist, that you'll fight and end long-term friendships, run away from family members all over one name and opinions over what's going on. When the truth is, the presidents are not selected; they're not elected; they're selected, and it's proving that he works for big oil. And that's the other thing. A lot of the things that toxify our bodies, that make us sick, that poison us, that have given our children autism, the ADD, the confusion of who we are, or even in our own beings, even on our own minds, have toxified our own minds. These have also been turned into arguing issues. Just bring up the transgender thing. There is a rise in transgenderism. It's not just people becoming aware. There's more than enough scientific proof out there to show it, and been warned about this for decades, in fact. Warned about it for decades. And yet here we are, you just hate somebody trans if you point out that chems may have changed them, or that chems are changing all of us. Even the refined sugar alone is changing all of us. The crap that they put in our food and the water supply is all poisonous and changing all of us. But no, you hate somebody when you bring up a certain point, or you have them question who they are. There's nothing wrong with us questioning who each other are, or asking somebody to question who they are. It is wrong to just completely denounce and hate and ostracize somebody because they want to live their life differently. But there's nothing wrong with questioning what the corporations have done to us. And that's the biggest point. The biggest money ever made on this planet was through war and the military industrial complex. This is also done during the Industrial Revolution, where a lot of people got rich off selling you oil and gas, the gasoline engine, all these other things that come along with it. The medication that you take was all $1 billion industry. All these things that we bicker and fuss about mainly come down to two things. Corporations, great big corporations, the New World Order, whatever you want to call them, making money off our death and our sickness. And they do this by having us argue about talking points. They even twisted the term talking points. Talking points was something you would say, like if you were fixing to go into a meeting, and the talking points for today are this, this, and this. Now it's just things thrown out for you to pick a side on and completely argue and divide with your brother, with the tribe. It is all about killing us and stealing our unity. The very unity that will save our lives, by allowing each other to be free, by allowing each other to be different, but allowing each other to live in harmony with this planet and with each other. There's no money in peace, y'all. There never was. The other ugly truth that none of y'all want to face is, even if we became all peaceful overnight, just in overnight everything changed and we all loved each other and everything was great, this Mother Earth is fixing to shake, rattle, and roll. There are a lot of normal events coming on that happen all the time. Cycles. You can't stop these cycles. They're not wanting to talk about that because they're going to kill us and make as much money as they can off of us and hide their own asses in bunkers and barracks, maybe even out in space while all this goes on. That's a real ugly truth. So before you think somebody hates transgenders because they question where it comes from, maybe you should educate them or talk to them about it, or even see their side. But before you jump on the bandwagon of anybody, abortion, racism, rights, women's rights, any kind of issue, remember that we're all, no matter what you've been told, no matter what history and certain small few have learned how to control us, have done to us, we are all free, equal human beings. None of us is no greater than the next, and none of us is no lesser than each other. Remember that. Knowledge is how we get out of this. Unity is how we survive it. Brotherhood has always been the way. So think about it before you get into it with a brother or a sister. Think about it before you step away from your tribe, from all the things we need to survive. This planet, our brotherhood, our coexisting. We need those. We don't need any of the other stuff. And remember, a long time ago, we used to be able to have conversations, and if you didn't agree with somebody, you just kind of let it go. Or thought, hey, nowadays, opinions are fought over as if they're the truth, and it would just be an opinion. And you'll say, well, that's true because he said it. So think about that. I love y'all. I just want unity for this country, and I want unity for all of us. Peace. And don't live in fear. Fear causes hate, and hate is what's causing all of this. I love you.